everyone, I am Nathaniel Rufflejans, and this is Prime News. So before I get into Prime News today, I just want to let everyone know there still is about 30-ish hours left to enter our $20 eShop gift card giveaway that we have teamed up with YouTuber at GameOverJesse. There's a Gleam.io link down in the description to enter. Be sure to check that out. I'll also throw a link to GameOverJesse's channel if you just want to check out some of the stuff he does. He does like video game theories and top 10s and podcasts and all that crazy stuff. Some similar content to me, but also some different types of content. He's a different kind of person. Got his own flow to things. Go check that out. Anyways, let's get into today's news. We have a lot of stuff to go over, so I apologize for glancing at my phone a lot during this, but there's so much stuff I want to pack into such a short period of time that I want to make sure I get all of the details 100% correct, and I don't own a teleprompter. Maybe someday I will. It'll make things easier. So first off, there was obviously yesterday the little Nindies showcase or whatever you want to call it, and we're going to talk about a couple games from that. But first I want to talk about something that was tweeted out by the developers behind A Hat in Time, and that is that a Nintendo Switch version of Hat in Time is coming soon. This is really notable because way back in the day when Hat in Time was first coming out, it's not that long ago anyways, they tweeted out that it would never come to Switch. Not only is the Switch version not in the works, they would not even consider bringing a Switch version into existence. Fast forward to late 2018 now, or mid to late 2018, and now we're getting A Hat in Time. All I can say is, obviously, money talks, and they should have never said that. I think it sold like 100,000 units across all the other platforms, while games like Hollow Knight have already sold well north of 250,000 on Switch alone. Hat in Time is a high-quality indie game, so it makes a lot of sense to come to Switch and get that ball rolling. They should have never wrote off Switch to begin with. Also, some games that talked about during that direct, Morphe's Law, that dropped yesterday. Very, very interesting game. Looks fun. Unfortunately, in the trailer they mentioned 60-ish FPS, and maybe it should have been more like 45 to 30-ish FPS, because the FPS dips are extremely noticeable to the point the game actually isn't that enjoyable to play multiplayer, and considering that it's a multiplayer-based online game, that's a problem. So reality is that I suggest people pass on Morphe's Law for now. Hope they release some frame rate patches in the future like they did for Xenoblade, like they did for Breath of the Wild. I know that's Nintendo, but other companies do this as well. They did it for NBA 2K18. If they do that and the game runs well, then yes, go pick up Morphe's Law, because gameplay-wise, it looks really good. It's just unfortunate the frame rate is an issue that hinders gameplay, even more so than in Fortnite or Splatoon 2 or any other game that we've seen on Switch to date, multiplayer-wise. There were other games I talked about as well. Nothing that really interested me too much. There was like this outer space game that I'm showing some footage of right now. I think it's called Everspace. It looks very, very interesting, but that one looks really, really good. Maybe it's just because I'm on a Starlink kick right now that it looks really good, but whatever. It looks good. I'll probably end up checking out, at least see some gameplay, maybe some reviews, and maybe pick it up myself. There was a whole bunch of other games shown. All of them look great. You can go, and I'll put a link down to the showcase down in the description. I don't have time to go through every single game, but yeah, I mean, the indie games are continuing. High-quality indie games are continuing to come, and I'm glad Nintendo decided to highlight them out of nowhere. Our next story is actually about Ubisoft. They have released a ton of sales, basically of every single Ubisoft-published game on Nintendo Switch in the eShop. There's a lot of great deals, a lot of games that are 50% or more off, which is excellent. Games like Mario + Rabbids Kingdom Battle, getting that for just $30 is actually a killer deal. Go pick that game up. It is so good, and now the DLC's out there. It is excellent. It is one of the best games, if not the best game on Switch, in some people's opinions, including mine. So there you go. Go pick that up. What I thought was interesting is that they still list Just Dance 2017 as a $60 product. They have it on sale for like $23, $24, and they have Just Dance 2018 on sale for like $25. I thought it was interesting because its retail listing on the eShop is still $60. It's literally listed next to Just Dance 2018, which also retails for $60, and we're just months away from Just Dance 2019. I don't get the sale prices here. I feel like at this point, especially for Just Dance 2017, the sale price should just be the base price now of the game. Shouldn't really be a sale. But I own Just Dance 2017. I think it's great. I didn't buy 2018. Might pick up 2019. I usually don't buy them every year. But still, it's just an interesting point. If you really want to get Just Dance 2018, it's a great time to get it. It's cheap. Just obviously with the pricing of 2017 being $60, 2018 is going to stay $60 for a while too, so this is probably the best time to pick up the 2018 version if you would like that. Otherwise, everything else is on sale. Good stuff. Go check it out. Ubisoft does have some high-quality games on Nintendo. Not some of the big names you're used to, but some awesome names in between. Next up, we have Saints Row the Third is actually coming to Nintendo Switch. It was announced today. It's getting a port. The port is being handled by Deep Silverfish Labs. Obviously, this is an IP that THQ Nordic owns. Remember, Nordic is the company that bought a whole bunch of THQ IPs when THQ went out of business, and then they actually bought the THQ branding itself and then rebranded themselves to THQ Nordic. So they're obviously trying to associate themselves with all of these IPs. This is a game that came out in 2011. It would be the first Saints Row game ever on a Nintendo platform. Technically, there was one that was announced for 3DS that never came into fruition. Doesn't help that THQ went out of business shortly after, so that's a thing. That game's probably never going to happen. So Saints Row the Third, it's coming to Switch. We don't know when. There's no details or dates given, just that it's coming. Good news for me. I'm happy about that. I never played a Saints Row game, so this might be the first one I've checked out. I know it actually got pretty decent reviews, so I can't wait. And this also, I feel, is a great sign for THQ Nordic in general. I think they want to bring some of their older library to Switch and then continue to support Switch moving forward with some new games. So that's what excites me, is because the THQ IPs, there's some really high-quality stuff out there. I want to see more of that coming to a system like Switch. So this is good news. I hope it does well enough that it convinces them to bring more and more games over. In other news, we got a lot of news to rapid fire through. First off, Kotaku went hands-on with Darksiders for Nintendo Switch, the remastered version, and they noted in attempting to make the FPS drop like crazy in the game, they couldn't make it happen. So the FPS is apparently very solid at that 30 throughout, the areas they were able to play, which we're not exactly sure which stage, but the areas they were able to play, the FPS stayed solid at 30 FPS. I believe they played this at Gamescom. And there is some visual sacrifices here and there, but they said with the frame rate being what it is a very worthwhile sacrifice playing it in portable mode, playing it in docked mode. Very fun, right with all the other versions of the game. Obviously not as visually impressive, but still massively impressive compared to the original Dark Souls back on Xbox 360. So good stuff. Looks like Dark Souls Remastered might be worth a look for some people that have been waiting for the Switch version. Next up, Luigi's Mansion 3DS. The port of Luigi's Mansion, or remaster, or whatever they want to call it, from the GameCube to 3DS is now got a release date, October 12th. There was a press release put out about it. Link down to that in the description as well. Also, we have our first look at Super Mario Party with actual humans playing it, not some canned footage from Nintendo. And also Diablo 3 finally running on Switch. Here, take a look. And you can see the full videos for Diablo 3 and Super Mario Party from the respective sources down in the description, so you can get more of that juicy goodness. There's a lot of footage out there. I hope you guys have a lot of fun looking that out. Gamescom's happening. We're getting footage of everything at this point. Nintendo New York is hosting a Monster Hunter Generations Fan Night on August 28th at 5 p.m. Eastern. You get to do a meet and greet with the producer of the game, Shintaro Kojima, and then cosplay wearers can win prizes in a cosplay contest, and everyone there can participate in different activities and trivia. I'm sure you'll also be able to play the demo. The demo's already available on Switch, but you know what I'm saying. Just enjoy it. Have fun if you happen to be in the New York area. Last but not least, we have Starlink Battle for Atlas. I mentioned earlier I'm really hyped for this game. I'm still really hyped for this game. A brand new trailer was released for this game showing off new content and new stuff from Ubisoft during Gamescom. Here's that trailer, and this is actually going to do it for Prime News. So before you check out that trailer, I just want to thank you for tuning in. Good luck at the giveaway. Remember to go enter that down in the description. Otherwise, here you go. We're ending Prime News today with the brand new trailer for Starlink Battle for Atlas.
My name is Dr. Carl Zeon, and this is Atlas, the most fascinating system in the universe. Take Ashar, for example. Its toxic gas vents and fearsome creatures all make for invigorating study material. From afar, of course. or Haven, a peaceful landscape with plants that tower 80 stories tall. These worlds were once ripe with hope and opportunity, a paradise for adventurers or even scientists like myself. Thousands flocked to Atlas in search of a resource we call Electrum. We were so close to understanding this place and whoever came before us. But that's when they appeared. The Forgotten Legion. Some believe they were just a legend, but they clawed up from the dirt to prove us wrong. But perhaps, with your help, we can save Atlas.